It's day 11 of my 100-day challenge to get to 10k MRR, and the T3 chat clone is finally behind me, so now I can fully focus on creating the landing page for Devtrail. Devtrail is my AI coding tool that's going to help you break through the toy demo ceiling that you will often run into with AI coding. It creates a living blueprint of your product that sits on top of your code and keeps you and your AI agents on the same page. Now, the fact that I'm able to explain it relatively compressed like that, even if it's not super simple, because obviously it's a technical product, but the fact that I can explain it in a compressed way is the result of me refining this idea over and over the last 2 weeks. Originally, I was thinking, it's an issue tracker. It's like Jira for your AI agents, but everybody hates Jira. I'm not going to use that in my landing page copy, right? And I really had to think about, who is this really helping? What problems is it solving? And through hours of thinking and talking to ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini, I was able to refine my vision for the product. So today I'm going to show you some of the thinking behind this and what I'm planning to do. For the landing page itself, I'm actually going to create a video on my main channel of how I use Lovable to create the page. I think this will have an interesting effect because it's good content for my main channel, because people want to build landing pages. They want to learn how to do it. So I'll be showing them that. But also it indirectly markets Devtrail to my audience, which is full of exactly the sort of people that would benefit from this tool. People that are running into these problems with growing code bases or unable to make their vision a reality. So let me show you how I'm approaching this. Okay, over here, I have this chat with ChatGPT, and this was actually a deep research query. I really like to use deep research. Anytime I would usually go to Google and go through like 20 different pages searching for details, because it will do all of that for me. So in this conversation, I actually gave it a brief of what I wanted Devtrail to be, and then it asked me some good pointed follow-up questions I answered, and then it spent a little bit of time doing some research. And ultimately it came up with a landing page design and structure that should work well for my product. It took learnings from various other developers in the dev tool space and applied them. So this is a little bit further than your generic landing page design. So this gives me some structure, but I really need to have accurate landing page copy. So how do I do that? Well, I tried doing a separate deep research query where I had OpenAI look at the type of phrasing that people used in this space when they run into these issues. And honestly, it just didn't do a very good job. It gave me a bunch of quotes, but they were not really the sort of thing I was looking for. So I started writing the landing page copy myself and thinking about what would make sense to me if I read it. I came up with a bunch of different headlines and subheadlines, which is going to be the main way you grab somebody's attention when they get to your landing page. And then I had Claude and ChatGPT evaluate these. The one I ended up picking was AI coding beyond the toy demo ceiling, because it was just very visual. It directly addresses the problem that I'm solving. And this phrasing, I think, will resonate with a lot of my target audience. Then for the subheadline, I included something about how it actually does this, which is the living blueprint. And then I had to just continue working through this. I was doing a lot of brainstorming with Claude. I gave it the deep research results and again pasted information about my product. And then it came up with specific copy for the landing page. But I wasn't going to just take it at face value, so I actually went ahead and continued the conversation to refine the specific text that was going to show up on my landing page. This is super important because people get to your page and that's how they decide whether they're going to buy your product or not. It is as simple and as difficult as getting all of the copy and all of the details on that landing page just right. So I thought it was worth spending the extra time. We'll see if the phrasing that I used resonates with my audience, but overall I think it's super valuable to just spend time getting this right. Okay, but even when I have all of the landing page copy, I'm still gonna need several other things. So I'm gonna need a logo, I'm gonna need some visuals, I'm gonna need analytics, I'm gonna need payments, which I'm gonna use Lemon Squeezy for. you often hear about Stripe, but Lemon Squeezy handles a lot of the complex taxes and stuff for you for digital products. So that's what I'm going to use. And I want to put payments on it right away because it's going to help validate that people are actually willing to pay to solve this problem. And I'm going to give people a deep discount and perks for being founding members for this tool. So I think we should be able to get some conversions even before it's fully built out. Finally, we're going to need some kind of email collection. And I think with all of this, it should be good to go. For analytics, I'm going to use PostHog. I haven't tried it yet, but it sounds like it does exactly what I need. For email collection, I'm just going to store it in my Neon database. It's hosted Postgres. And for the logo and visuals, I'm just going to have to get my hands dirty a little bit. Well, for the logo, I'll probably generate it with ChatGPT. For the visuals, I'm going to have to open up Photoshop and do some editing, but I'll try to make it look nice. And finally, of course, to put all of this together, I'm going to use Lovable because it creates some amazing landing pages, and I'll have a video of that up on my main channel. So hopefully this was an interesting, a little bit more in the weeds type of video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you tomorrow.